sword.
Yeah, Harry, thank you. Appreciate it. Can we do two things? Can we bring up MGM again and then take Cam 2? This is a bit of stuff. Just take Cam 2.
potentially be within the same day / hour zone. This
So like
done. Yeah, because if we get that now, like we've already had the past intervention, there's already further intervention, people out on the situation, potentially with the data incoming throughout the week. People traverse that, run things backwards. Maybe we're not getting so much of a rate hike, that kind of thing, and you just smash everything along.
So just wanted to get back to this one quickly because I see it's already back into a little bit of profit. I did enter at a higher point. And then LJ, we were talking about this last week, Friday. What happens to the entry if you have another entry that you add on? It basically averages the entries of the two trades, and it provides you with two new take profits points that I have now combined. So the stop losses are the same, and then it has the two profit points now as well. So just wanted to say that I've entered on a secondary trade a little bit higher. I think it was somewhere here. I can't exactly remember the right entry, but it was somewhere over here when this candle closed bearishly. So entered, and if you remember the first entry, I think was somewhere down here, and now evens it out ever so slightly. So yeah. Anyway, back to this.
Yeah. So I was going to say, even with that, that's the only thing I don't like. Like, I'd like to know where the original was and the
yes,
and then entry, like, because I would still enter and exit them individually.
Yeah, it seems like it brackets them.
Yeah, it does. Which
look, the bracketing is great for ease of entry, but like you say, there's going to be management of trades that's going to be a little bit annoying. Yeah.
It's better for when you're doing longer term trading or multiple days swing trading.
Yeah. When you're trying to ease out of an entry.
Yeah, not as great for intraday stuff, which obviously the futures is very light. So that would be my criticism. Anyway, yeah, so hence that middle band that you have, if we actually break that area and get like a confirmed break, I would just scrap that. So the third one over becomes 22.
Oh, okay. So then this middle one, you would then forego this as a TP point.
Yeah, so it'd be looking for that momentum as long as we get, so that TP one would be only if somehow we manage to not close below that area, which one is the next option.
Where would your next one?
And then roughly where your cursor is now.
So this
basically closing the gap. Yeah, but lower, not even take the head off of that. Like, yeah.
So even lower than this, like maybe somewhere in
like right by pretty much where the bottom of those with, and then up to the top of where that gap.
Okay. I like that. So this becomes TP2. So this was going to be TP3. You will then have a TP2.
So that would now be TP2.
This would then be TP2, and then obviously the same. This would have been in anyway the same entry. I shouldn't have gone and deleted the middle one. I should have just extended it. You look for something like this.
Yeah, basically, exactly. Yeah, very much. Yeah.
I do like that.
Now, the push part is obviously very limited. You've got the entire government against it. You've got the US government talking about it. You've got the central bank talking against it. You have your other portion is the market that is seeing the other version.
Walk me through how you would manage the trade itself. Like we've got the TP side. Obviously, we know that if this area here gets, if this area here we get a break and close below on the daily, you would forego of this as a TP point, maybe TP2, extend TP2 with TP3 would have been, and then you extend TP3 down to here. How would you manage the risk itself, the stop loss side?
So with that, it would depend on what's currently going on as far as the cross correlation with the euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, the dollar index in general, and then general risk sentiment. So risk sentiment will come down to
ETH to me is basically freedom. It's a jump.
risk profile, oil, and then gold. So gold obviously has that inverse profile, right? So I'll observe those, and then also you can see how much if dollar yen is pushing up, but very sluggishly, right? Versus the other majors, right? And they're pushing much further given the current risk on and risk off profile. If it's very sluggish, that means people are not really wanting to jump into that same trade. So as soon as that risk on and risk off profile swaps, we'll see dollar yen switch very quickly. So the same thing, we're kind of seeing that now. If you have to aggregate them or divide them by the relative ATR. So the dollar yen is definitely moving further in total pips right now. That's a different calculation per the other majors. And so if you do it in like percentage terms, very good. So that's what I would look for. And then obviously look at those same heads to the left. This is typical price action technical analysis if you want to pull that. I don't really like calling it that, or like you can take that in, but you also have to combine the macro environment and fundamentals at that time of the technicals. To be honest, anyone that is saying something else is
PT crash.
That's right.
Samir.
All good.
All good, mate. Don't worry.
Now on my laptop, I don't know what happened. Probably it's broken. Just froze. I don't know. I have to get
No,
it checked.
I think it's I think it might be the platform, the streaming platform. I've had that a couple of times today. We had other problems before. It was lagging out. So it's probably not you.
I restarted it. It was not able to turn on. So I have to switch to the laptop. I think it's a PC issue. I don't know what is the issue now, so I'll figure it out later on.
Let's hope that it's not a permanent issue. Let's hope that it can be resolved quite quickly.
Figure it out later on.
But so that's pretty much what I do. So I run that dynamic, everything else is aligning with that. And I keep either the same static down from where we are at spot, so we're already positioned pretty high. And given that 160 kind of barrier, now I would potentially go, do I want to take a little bit more risk to position that stop there? Just honestly, at this point, let it run. And once we start dropping below TP1, TP2, that kind of stuff, I'd potentially add. So we get stacked. And it's run.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was going to ask as a follow-up. It's just like, would you then consider start adding to not just having your original 3 entries? I do. Okay, so on one side, I do like the fact that you are keeping your stop loss static because you are still allowing yourself major movement. Okay, so I just got stopped out now. Oh no, TP1 just got taken. Sorry. It's TP1 got taken.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're at TP1, don't worry. I hedged the Aussie, like I was saying, I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I just saw it now, and the thing is, it doesn't always when it pops up. Even Samir, you would know this. When it pops up your bar at the bottom, I'm going to close this one right.
You always assume the worst.
Yeah, just to show you, it says order filled.
Yeah.
That's all it does. So I just closed it to show you this. It just shows order filled, and it's just like, so which one? Is it a buy and a sell? You know.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh crap, and then you go and look. It's actually good. So yeah, so I just closed that one then to show you exactly what it does. That's a little confusing sometimes, but other than that, I do like the platform. I really do. Like just hovering here, and you already have your bracket ready for an entry. Like if I wanted to, I could have doubled up my size just by making.
I think that's a good idea. So we can get back to the dollar yen thing or larger pullbacks, but I think this is a good example right now to show people like how you can bracket that and create profiles.
Oh,
And
yeah.
create, you can have a set thing and just slap it on the chart. There
Yeah.
it goes.
So if you click on trade here and you go all the way down to trading bracket OCO. So OCO stands for one cancels other. So you're bracketing your stop loss, your entry, and your take profit. So ensure Japan ships passage by was great easy. Yeah, that was music.
Stop sell.
Another one that's coming.
No.
Still some messages.
Stop sell.
That could be why we started dropping so suddenly.
Yeah, we did.
Well, yay me. It wasn't my favorite.
Beneficial.
Anyway,
Stop sell.
unofficial.
Stop sell.
So
Yeah.
if you click on trade and you go to trading bracket, it opens up this editor. All right. Now you'll see that there's already OCO brackets down here to create. So if I wanted to create
Iceberg sell.
bracket,
Iceberg sell.
I'm going to create one now. Let's say, in this case, create a bracket. I'm going to call it LJ is a Muppet. LJ is a Muppet.
Stop sell. Stop sell.
How are we going to trade LJ is a Muppet? So LJ is a percentile based one. We're going to do 1% gain and a 1% loss for a 1-to-1. Nah, I don't like that.
Weak fires.
4% gain and a 1% loss. So what I then do is, if I say save in this case, and I say okay, you're on the right hand side where it says bracketing. I can click on that and I can, or LJ is a Muppet. Now I have LJ is a Muppet.
Sweep sellers.
On the account side,
Sell.
I were to press Alt.
Sweep sellers.
To
Sweep sellers.
visually
Stop sell.
price without entering the trade. Just visually show you how it would be if I hold Alt. There's the sell limit. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom out for this. Here we go. So there it shows what 1% on this account would look like versus the 4% take profit. Now, I just want to preface this. 1% on this account is not $600. Okay, 1% on this account is $250. Okay, so there seems to be a bit of a let's call it a calculation in terms of percentage. However, if I were to take exactly his bracket and I change it from percentile and I say
launched into. Do it. Do it. NASDAQ just rocketed 140 points. All the way up, baby, by the dip. By the dip.
Iceberg sell. Iceberg sell.
EBT push
Top buy.
plus.
Top buy.
No, that is not.
Top sell. Top sell. Iceberg sell.
Your first time, if it's your first time being switched to a live account, it does take a while. The first time takes a while. It took me about 2 weeks. But once it is up
Stop
and
sell.
running,
Stop sell.
then you're good to go.
Stop
It's actually
sell.
the best.
Stop sell. Sweep buyers.
Have to go
Sweep
live.
buyers.
They have to go.
Sweep
local
buyers.
place.
Sweep sellers.
We didn't open up, you know. Transferring the money and whatnot. Yeah, so after your first time, like if you fail this live account, you go back, you rebalance, you rebuild, and then once down the road, you go live again. It's instantaneous. There is no 2 week time frame, but the first time always takes a while.
Stop buy. Stop buy. Stop buy. Stop buy. Sweep buyers. Stop sell. Stop sell.
Still going. You're welcome, Third Culture. Appreciate you being there. I'm finishing up 1 second after right now. Absolutely terrifying, but heck yeah, man. It's eye opening.
Stop sell. Stop sell.
Fantastic book. All based on reality too. I don't know if you know, but that dude was advisor for the National Homeland Security. It's all true stuff, man.
Iceberg sell. Iceberg sell. Iceberg sell. Iceberg sell. Iceberg sell. Iceberg sell.
Still going green. It's 150 pounds on NASDAQ. Surprise, surprise. Buy the dip. Easiest
Stop
market.
sell.
Yeah.
Stop sell.
Literally the easiest market in the world. It's been the easiest market of the year.
Iceberg buy. Iceberg buy. Top buy.
In a shorter amount
Top
of time,
buy.
you have a lot of stress, but easiest market in the world. You just literally wait out the ring. Get long, make all the money you want. It's as easy as it gets. It's as easy as it gets.
Stop sell. Stop sell.
Gold has been stressful. Oh, I haven't taken a look at it. What's gold doing?
Stop sell. Stop sell.
Still accumulating. Just give it time. Give it time. Let's go to the 5 minute chart. It looks like. Yeah, you never got a 3C there, but we do have a 3C now at 44.99.0. So maybe we'll get some confirmation. Come back up at 43.15 or 45.13. Go for
Iceberg buy. Sweep
pretty
sellers.
solid here. It's like a pretty solid setup. Raptor.
Stop
And
buy.
still going hard.
Stop
Maybe
buy. Stop buy. Stop buy.
stack is about to claim the entire imbalance at 456. At which point we will look for
Stop buy. Sweep buyers. Sweep buyers. Stop buy.
There we go, still going.
Iceberg sell. Iceberg sell.
There you go, blast off, 455, the imbalance right there. The races, baby. Buy the dip. Every single time, buy the dip. Buy the dip. No shorting. That's all there is to say, man. Not in the mood to be insufferable this early in the morning, so I'll just keep it at that. Buy the dip.
Stop buy. Stop buy. Stop buy. Stop buy. Stop sell. Stop sell. Stop sell. Stop sell.
Well, we jumped at the open, might have worked out, but got to stick to my rules of not trading before 9:45. There you go. Yeah, so I don't trade before 9:45 with size. When I do
Stop
trade
buy.
between
Stop buy.
9:30 and 9:45, it's micro size. But when we have a tremendous buy the dip opportunity like that before the open, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat a high volume bottom with
Stop sell. Stop sell. Stop sell. Iceberg buy. Iceberg buy. Stop sell.
Really nice. Very cool, Kennedy. That's awesome stuff. Having land is pretty awesome.
Stop buy. Stop buy.
Kill for the land y'all have. Dude, you don't have to kill for it. Just take your high California income, come move to our neck of the woods and buy it for pennies on the dollar over there. That's what everybody else is doing. We live next to you. Bring it on. I'm actually considering selling 10 of my acres, so come on. Oh, what fight? Oh man. Buy the dip, baby. Buy the dip. Where do I live? I live in Yukavik, Alaska. It's a fantastic little shanty town. Very cliche, very nice. Thanks, something shiny, yeah. I don't want to roll out of bed and hit a box of 6.5 after 1,000 yards before I brush my teeth. Well, come on. I mean, I don't have 1,000 yards. I got 450. But come on. Still a little bottom wick there. No shorting. Buy the dip. That's what I've been saying now. This is now the 6th week that I have not taken a single short position on ES or NASDAQ. You only buy the dip. Only buy the dip, no shorting whatsoever. Not even a good top wick, no shorting whatsoever. If you want to be consistent, if you want to be stress free, you don't short. You only buy. Up and away. Trump by MC. Yeah, pretty much. Your brother lives in Homer. Nice. Yes, beautiful bounce with volume. Not as strong as NASDAQ, but beautiful there. Oil is rocketing to 93. VIX is on back up to 1612. All we're doing is buying the dip. That is it. Not really much else to say. I'll be here if you have any questions. Can we trade TPT during the news? Yes. The only thing you cannot trade on TPT right now is FOMC, non-farm payroll, CPI. That's with ES and NASDAQ. Right now, the options are flat. There's no movement on the options. We're stuck at 4.3. Well, let me hit refresh to make sure I'm getting newest data. We have 70 million in puts sold and 444 million calls purchased. Have I 3D printed anything fun lately? No, nothing fun. A couple of utility items, but nothing fun. Nothing crazy. I need to learn how to design my own files. That would be a lot more helpful. Palantir is very clear by the dip. Yeah, there you go. NASDAQ is still going. Once it absorbs the imbalance from the news candle at 910, then it'll be going up to 495. 495, 600. Nothing has changed. Remember what's happening later this month and ask yourself, do you think they will sell this thing off before that event comes? Do you think they'll spend 2 months driving in this market up to these prices just to sell it off 2 weeks before these events? Nah. No shorting. Buy at the dip. There's an app on an iPad called Sharp 3D. It's pretty cool for drawing, designing 3D models. Interesting. I'll have to take a look. Got on a little late this morning. What was the news this AM? Iran is basically saying they are not going to agree to a ceasefire or close the strait as long as Israel keeps doing what they're doing. So they demand that Israel stops the operations in Lebanon and Gaza. Otherwise, they're going to shut down the strait. In addition, they're going to shut down the Bab el Maneb Strait. So, ooh, interesting. Hold on a second. I didn't see that. I wonder if that's accurate. That blows some tops. No, that's not accurate. So that news posting says that traders have fully priced in a hike for a 25 basis points hike this June. Oh, that's ECB. Never mind. Never mind. So the European Central Bank is going to be hiking, at least in June. We are a pause. We are priced in a 99% probability of a pause in June. They're going to collect as much liquidity as they can to the yeah. Well, look at the tweet I posted a couple of hours ago about this whole debacle with SpaceX, which could be leading a lot of the reasoning behind what the market is doing the past 2 months. Who's still doing well with the competition? Who's the competition? The TPT competition. Anyone still cranking it out? Do we go ahead and start another one? Things have been pretty quiet here the past couple of days, despite buying the dip. I think it might be, but if I had one pass, but it's a week to actually hit the 10 limit, does it count? As long as you bought it with the OMTPT code in the opening session in that first week, then yeah. There are a few of those pros going to start this week. Nice. A lot of top waves, always happen to be VWAP. We do have a little increase in put buying call selling here. NASDAQ is kind of tightened up at the 480 mark after taking out the imbalance. We're just kind of back and forth. Back and forth. What do you got, Lowen? Implied volatility 464. Yeah, that's suicide. Don't touch that stuff. Don't touch that stuff. Anybody do anything fun this weekend? Coming up on the top of the hour, and I'm gonna start being a little bit more aggressive. Although I'll be honest, I have no desire to take many more trades after locking things in here. Pretty much what I've been doing now. It's nice. I've been very much enjoying the zero stress the past 6 weeks. I'm not looking forward, even though I love shorting when the conditions permit. I'm not looking forward to this ending. Like this has been so easy and repeatable. Things start getting volatile again. I'll have to I'll have to turn things in tightly a lot more. I did. I did. Had a Microsoft 63450 console for 100%. Would have been like 5,000. Yeah. Yeah, we all go through that tree. Mike set up a couple of caterpillar arch trellises for the tomatoes and squash. Nice. I did the same thing. Gonna do another for cucumbers. Beautiful. We did ours for loofahs and flowers, like flowering vines. We didn't do any for actually that's not true. We put a melon vine on it. Miniature melon vine. But yeah, it's good stuff. But fun, you can clean out the garage. I had tons of it. Heck yeah, man. Good stuff. They are buying puts and selling calls at the moment. We have a couple of top wicks still gently rolling over ever so slowly. There's a long range shooting this weekend. Time with the kids. Nice. New on the ATV, on the UTV. Nice. What do you have for UTV? ES is pinned flat, not moving at all. Stuck in a 5-point range, very tight. VIX is still heading back up 16, 15. CL is rocketing. NASDAQ is pretty tight. Overall, things are pretty tight. We had a beautiful buy the dip opportunity here. Obviously, if you short, you're going to get killed, so I'm not doing that. So I'm just watching at the moment. I'm a spectator. Going to yap a little bit, do a little yapping. A little yapping. Last night, U.S. forces successfully intercepted 2 Iranian missiles targeting American forces in Kuwait. Missiles were immediately defeated. How much of all this is real? What percentage? You mean like this market move? I guess it depends on what you mean by real. I'm getting crushed buying these dips. Why? High vol, you wait for volume, bottom wick, enter. It's the easiest money of the year. Military operations, man, I don't know. The thing is, Iran is not a military threat whatsoever. If we get into a true conflict with Iran, it would be like Grenada, less than Grenada. We'd be done in 24 hours. There's some sort of intent here that I'm missing. Obviously, I've got my opinions, but I don't know. Either way, it's going on now for months, back and forth headlines. It's a bunch of nonsense. Do they repeat April and May again? They may start out June with that. I do think this rally is going to fade this month. I do think after all of the craziness going on in mid-June, I think that'll be an opportunity for some profit taking. Bear market June 1st, yeah. Not the greatest, but my kids are 6 and 4, so that'd be blessed. Heck yeah, man. Nice. Nice proggy. Market doesn't move. It's a CIA psyop designed to make you believe market moves are real. There you go. I like it. When the market rolls over and becomes more volatile, will you be streaming with emotional support chicken? Probably. Probably. AMC, what's AMC doing? Hey, Leonard, I'm concerned with with your statement. What's up?
It reminds me when I used to be a teacher.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I appreciate you rolling with the punches last minute. I wanted to kind of adjust things to get as many people as possible. I know. Man, this really didn't give me too much to work with off the opening. Good morning, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? No sweep of overnight low. Buyer stepping back in. I am trying to figure out if it wants to come back down. I'm gonna watch this on low time frames here, guys. See if we can't get a little scalpy scalp trade in. I want to get more aggressive in really all of these accounts that I got. I'll pull it up. No, not hitting levels today. Hitting levels today. Oh. All right, guys, locking in here, trying to get a feel for NQ. Trying to get a feel for NQ. I'm looking for one of two things to happen, right? We're back down around these lows. We got overnight low right here. I was looking for a potential sweep down outside of this area of high volume, overnight low, right? Key lows right here for a move right back in, right? You know, lower time frame scalp. Now, I'd be waiting for buyers to try to buy into the right side of that V, as is the saying, which is not my quote. Or if we break through this really aggressively, right? Maybe the first one fails, or I don't get into it. If we start to break through this really aggressively after a push lower, retest of VWAP and continuation, I could look for some continuation shorts on this. So we're at a key spot right here. I'm trying to wait for for a damn level to get hit in an entry. That would have been nice for a quick long back in, really aggressive scalpy style move on a sweep of this overnight low. Now we push lower, pop back up. We want to come down and challenge it again. Let's see here. Well, YM didn't give me really much to work with. NQ, Spartan. No sweep of overnight low though. Thanks, brother. 10 a.m. news. Yeah, we saw that. ISM manufacturing PMI actual forecast. Yeah. Matt Trader, do you trade your top step accounts off stream? Yeah, I trade all of my accounts on and off stream. I trade a ton of other accounts